The year was 1986, and one man was so feared, even Nigeria's president had to ask, "My friend, where is Anini?" That line sums up everything about this story. A taxi driver had become Nigeria's most wanted armed robber. The police couldn't catch him, the public was panicking, and the man himself, he wasn't even hiding. He was robbing banks in broad daylight, spraying money in markets, chilling with his babes. This is how Lawrence Anini, aka the Law, brought a whole country to its knees. He was born around 1960 in a small village called Orowo in present-day Edo State. He moved to Benin City young, learned how to drive, became a taxi driver. But Anini was not just doing transport, he ran things at that motor park. People called him the Law because once he spoke, it was final, nobody challenged Anini. His transition into crime was quick. He started as a getaway driver for local robbers. But by the early 80s, he had built his own gang because he thought he could do better. Loyal boys ready to ride or die for him. And Anini, flashy clothes, chain smoker, always high, chasing women, had a deep belief in native charms. He swore that the juju that he had, it made him invisible and invincible. Then came the betrayal that changed everything. Early 1986, 2 of his boys were arrested. So Anini went and bribed the police to destroy evidence. He paid well. But then the police still went ahead and prosecuted those boys. That was betrayal to Anini. The betrayal broke something in him. Now he wasn't just robbing for cash anymore. Now it was personal. From August 1986, Anini unleashed terror. First, his gang robbed a First Bank branch. They took over 10,000 naira in those days and they left blood on the floor. It was a horrible scene. Then 2 police officers tried to stop them at a checkpoint. Anini's boys opened fire. They didn't even waste time. There was no mercy there. Within weeks, they were linked to the death of 11 police officers. Not rumors, these were real bodies. His audacity was wild. They hijacked a Bendel state government vehicle. They robbed a petrol station. Then Anini drove straight to a market and started spraying the stolen money for people to pick, like Robinhood. The press ran with it, a Robinhood in Bendel. People cheered, some saw him as a hero. But behind that cash, there was so much violence, so much death. They even snatched the official car of a top police officer, AIG Christopher Omeben. They killed his driver, dumped the body by the road. Nothing was off limits for Anini and his gang. Not banks, not roads, not even police convoys. His gang operated across Bendel, Ondo, and Anambra. Nigerians used to joke that out of the 19 states those days, Anini ruled 3. It got so bad that some police officers stopped wearing uniform in public. An armed robber had the police hiding. Then Anini started playing mind games. He sent letters to newspapers, to victims, to banks. One to New Nigeria Bank. He said, "I'll be visiting soon." He even wrote a fake address on the letter. Number 1 million anywhere street, Benin. Another letter, he told the press, "Tell our president we like him, but we're not happy here in Bendel." And the scariest part, every time police planned a raid, he disappeared. Why? Simple, he had help inside. George Iyamu, senior police officer. He was giving Anini weapons, intel, protection, in exchange for, of course, cash. This was the same man that was leading anti-robbery efforts in the state. Iyamu had cars, he had money, properties. None of it matched his police salary. He was living off of blood money. Anini's gang had an inside man at the top, and that's how they kept getting away all the time. But eventually, the pressure hit a breaking point. Babangida was fed up. He looked his inspector general in the eye and said, "My friend, where is Anini?" That was it. The old IGP was removed and a new one, Muhammadu Gambo Jimaita, came in hot. And he promised to catch Anini. And he kept that promise in 1 month. December 3rd, 1986, police traced Anini to number 26 Oyemwosa Street in Benin City. SP Kayode led the squad. When they knocked, Anini opened the door himself. He was smiling. He tried to lie. And he said, when they said, "Where is Anini?" he said, "Anini is inside. Anini is inside." But they didn't believe him, so they shot him in the leg. They shot him twice in the leg. They blew that leg off. Even in pain, he tried to act calm. But then they asked him again, "Are you Anini?" He finally gave up. He said, "My brother, I no go lie. I be Anini. I am Anini." Instead of rushing him to surgery, they paraded him first. By the time he got to hospital, it was too late. That leg was gone. They had to amputate it. His boys were rounded up. Monday Osumbo. his ruthless second in command, just as bad as Anini, others too. And Iyamu, the policeman, he was arrested and exposed. Everything came out, how he fed Anini police secrets, gave him guns, protected him for money. The trial was fast because Babangida ordered that it should be as quick as possible. They were tried by a military tribunal. Anini, now in a wheelchair, he tried to downplay things. He said he never killed anybody. He said everybody that died, it was Osumbo that killed them. Nobody bought that story. The judge read the sentence. Death by firing squad. And he said Anini will be remembered, but with unblessed memory. Now it's March 29th, 1987. Thousands gathered. People climbed trees to see. Anini was wheeled out. And then he asked for forgiveness from everybody. Then it was done. Firing squad. But the gist didn't end there. It came out that the military governor's wife had sent Christmas gifts to Anini in the hospital. As in, Anini, the famous thief, the governor's wife sent him presents while he was in hospital. It caused serious wahala. Was she sympathizing? How do they know each other? Still a mystery. Iyamu was executed, one of the rare cases where a police officer faced death for aiding criminals. The police force was shaken. Oh my God. Reforms followed quickly. Anini's story became a training manual. Till today, in police colleges, they still study the law. How the law runs circles around the system. And one time, it's remembered that Anini once said that he would die in the market square. In the end, thousands came to watch him go. That prophecy, it low-key came true. Lawrence Anini. Not a hero, not a freedom fighter, just a man who showed what can happen when corruption, fear, and power mix in the wrong hands. Thank you for watching. Please follow for more stories like this.